Hey, thanks for stopping by today to check out our video about the latest awards Roanoke has received. If this is your first time to our channel and you find value in this content, please like and subscribe.
Roanoke is very near and dear to our hearts, but don't just take our words for it. These awards and accolades are going to speak for themselves. And what we have found from our clients and ourselves, our own experiences, is that Roanoke is it has a phenomenal quality of life, cost of living, the location, the outdoor activities. All these things add up to just a wonderful place. And guess what? The nation is noticing. You will find Roanoke on top 10 lists and other rankings in numerous publications from USA Today. As a matter of fact, one of our clients even found out about Roanoke for the first time in Kiplinger's magazine, and we were able to help them buy a home right here.
So as much as those awards and those accolades are important to the Star City, it really boils down to the people, right? When it comes to quality of life, when it comes to, the community feel, it's all about the people here in the Valley.
I love that Southern hospitality that we really truly have. And so many of our clients will come in and say, even the drivers are nice. It's so funny, but you can often find a new friendship just in the grocery store line.
Just in the grocery store line, yeah. I mean, somebody was just telling us about the other day. They're like, yeah, every time I go to the grocery store, I make a new friend.
It's so cute. So it's the people, it's the environment, and it's how we're really trying to make this the best valley we can make it. So truly, there's a lot of pride here in where we live, and you can just see that, you can feel it. So I think that's another reason why we keep finding ourselves on those top 10 lists, and we're going to go through just a few.
So let's start off with some of the most recent awards and accolades from 2022, and the first one we're going to talk about is going to be Go Banking Rates rated the Roanoke Valley as one of the 3 affordable East Coast cities where people want to live.
Wow, so cost of living, huge. And one of the biggest expenses of cost of living is housing. We have lots of videos on cost of living, so check that out. And I'd like to talk about Outside Magazine ranked Roanoke Valley as one of the top 24 best mountain towns in the U.S. What an honor, right?
That is an honor. And I mean, there's so many different things that go into that category, but if you're looking for a mountain town, I mean, there's lots of mountains in the United States, right?
I know, right?
But we were in the top 24, so there must be something to the area in order to make that list.
I definitely think the Blue Ridge Mountains are just stunning and beautiful, and the Blue Ridge Parkway, so make sure you check that out when you come.
Well, since we are a mountain town, it's only fitting that Runner's World would actually rate us as the world's toughest race, which is the Blue Ridge Marathon.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have friends that have done Blue Ridge Marathon. Me, not so much. You've done a marathon, but would you do the Blue Ridge Marathon?
No, I would not. I try to take the easy route. Like I started off with a half marathon in Phoenix, Arizona, and then I did a full marathon, which they said was the easier one, out in San Diego. And then after that, I was like, my running marathon career was over.
But the Blue Ridge Marathoners
yes.
really love this area. It is such a challenge. And I tell you what, the town really transforms during the marathon. It is full of energy, it's pulsing, and it's great. I just applaud anybody who has done the Blue Ridge Marathon. Very challenging.
Yeah, and if you're local, if you're here and you want to train, you've got Fleet Feet and Runabout Sports that actually have training programs to prepare you. So if that's on your bucket list, I want to do the toughest marathon ever, then sync up with them so you can get trained properly.
And let's talk about American Lung Association. They've rated Roanoke as one of the cleanest city for ozone air pollution. We've heard this from a couple clients, especially from the California area, saying that they were just surprised how clean our air is and how they can just take deep breaths, and hiking is easier, walking is easier. So that's refreshing to hear.
It is, absolutely. And then, everybody knows AAA, right? So AAA actually rated the Roanoke Valley as one of the best U.S. cities for biking. And you've got options when it comes to biking. You've got mountain biking, and you've got just flat on the greenway biking, right?
Or in road cycling. We have made major improvements in our infrastructure to make sure we have safe bike lanes on a lot of our thoroughfares. So I like that the city's making those moves.
Yeah.
And we've had some clients have actually moved here just for mountain biking. So that was really neat.
Yeah, we've got Carvin's Cove, right? So that's the East Coast mountain biking capital. So If you're into mountain
Yes.
biking, if you're into just a lazy kid like riding on the greenways or road biking, you've got that opportunity.
Yeah,
here.
lots of different challenges and courses for all skill levels.
Absolutely.
These awards are not just limited to activities and people and areas though. I mean, let's not forget about our furry friends. Trezzy Travel has rated Roanoke as one of the best Virginia cities to bring your pets. So I can see that definitely. We've got a lot of dog parks, a lot of greenways, we've got a lot of pet-friendly hotels and restaurants and things like that. So it's neat to see Fido walking around.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're able to take Dixie, for a walk, or we can take her over to the Salem Rotary Dog Park. So super convenient no matter where you are in the city. And let's talk about Smith Mountain Lake next. Travel and Leisure rated it as one of the 12 best places to buy a lake house in the United States. And we couldn't agree more. One of the 12 best places.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I know. I mean, I feel like that is such a distinguished award. And if you've been to Smith Mountain Lake, you would get it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Over 500 miles of shoreline, and it's surrounded by mountains. So just picture perfect, beautiful, lots of different housing options there. But I tell you what, if I'm looking for a place to retire later, hey, I'm not saying. We're gonna get headed probably to Smith Mountain Lake and just watch that sunrise over the lake every day. I can see why Travel and Leisure picked up on that. And MSN has recently just voted the Blue Ridge Parkway America's 7 romantic road trips for couples. So I think this is so sweet. The Blue Ridge Parkway is just gorgeous. If you haven't been on it, if you don't know anything about it, check out our other video on Blue Ridge Parkway. And my parents actually
That's exactly what I was thinking. That we've got to throw them in there.
Yes, my parents spent their honeymoon traveling up and down the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I just think this is so nostalgic, near and dear to my heart, that they would rate Blue Ridge Parkway. Lots of opportunities to just feel like you're in a completely different place when you're cruising around. It's just gorgeous.
All right, so let's stay on the MSN ranking system here. They actually ranked Fincastle as every state's most charming small town.
Oh, that is so sweet. And I can see that, absolutely. The historic buildings, nice main downtown. We just stopped at a little produce stand and got the most amazing
the Heritage
bread.
Market there.
Yes,
Yep.
so good. And they have some new businesses coming in. Love seeing entrepreneurs at work there.
Absolutely.
And the Kyle House, always a gorgeous place to host an event or even a wedding. And the next publication is one of my favorites, Southern Living. They have awarded Smith Mountain Lake State Park one of the South's best state parks.
And I can definitely see why. I mean, you can go boating there, you can go fishing, they've got a beach so you can lay out and get some sun, you can swim.
Camp.
You can camp, of course. I was getting there. So, I mean, it is just pristine spot for that, by all means, for any outdoor activity. And let's talk about the Roanoke River. USA Today has rated the Roanoke River as one of the 3rd place for the best urban kayaking spots in the United States.
I love that stat. I mean, and I've seen a great picture of a kayaker, and you see the Roanoke skyline in the back, and it's just a beautiful blue wave with trees surrounding the river, kayaker, and then the skyline. It's beautiful, and to have that urban waterway is a blessing.
Yeah,
sure.
and then we're actually going to be getting a whitewater park on the Roanoke River here in the next few years.
That will be so fun. Well, speaking of the outdoors, Blue Ridge Outdoors has rated Roanoke as one of the best places to raise an outdoor family. And I always have said kids grow better outside. So I can see this, love this. And we even have the forest school now where the kids are learning outside the whole time. So really hands-on, and they're learning all those basic skills of elementary school right there in the forest. Now, we talked about the Blue Ridge Marathon earlier, but if you're looking for something like a triathlon, we have that here too. The Ironman 70.3 has been rated as the best of Blue Ridge Awards by Blue Ridge Outdoors. And talk about an extremely hardcore competition. And we have some friends that have done it. I just am amazed. So kudos to you if you can do the Ironman.
I'm thinking about running up mountains, biking up mountains, swimming in the river. It's just, it is extreme. I'm just saying.
And I think it's a lake. I mean, it's not just a river. It's miles of swimming on the lake. And you've got all the terrain you need right here to train for it too.
And let's talk about fall foliage. USA Today has rated the James River as the best place to see fall foliage in the South.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. And this year in 2022 was one of the most picturesque we've seen in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it lasted so long. The colors were so vibrant. But why the James River? I think it's because you can hop yourself on a float, kayak, canoe, or you can just stand there and fish. And the scenery is just beautiful. You're surrounded by all these mountains. You've got this beautiful wide river, and you can just float along and just enjoy a day in heaven.
Yeah, I would not float in a tube in the fall down the James River, though. I'm just saying. Kayak, yes.
Be very cold, for sure. And then Smart Asset Publication has rated Roanoke as one of the best places to raise kids, which is really reassuring. And you know what? That's kind of our story. We moved away. I moved away. I'm originally from Roanoke. Moved away.
I don't want to ever move to Roanoke again.
No, I didn't think I wanted to. And then moving back because we wanted to raise our kids here. Boy, I love it. I love Roanoke so much. But it has been a wonderful place to raise our children. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly. I mean, we talk about this all the time in our videos, the quality of life, right? It's like, we were in Atlanta when we first met, so the hustle and bustle there. We moved to Asheville, but for us, it was all about being close to family, so we moved back here. And, I'm from South Georgia. I would not change it for the world. I love it here.
No. So I think that's a perfect way to end. There are pages and pages and pages of awards and accolades given to our famous Star City, but these are just a few. If we can help you settle into this great place that we call home, please let us know.